All right, welcome back to the Explainer. Today, we are stepping right into the arena to tackle a pretty classic number system challenge. We're conquering the GATE 2009 octal to hexadecimal battle. So grab your gear, think of me as your guide, and let's jump straight in and face this opponent. Okay, so here is the actual foe we're up against. We need to convert 1,217 in base 8, octal, into its equivalent in base 16, or hexadecimal. And yeah, looking at this glowing, kind of intimidating holographic interface, it immediately puts you on high alert, right? Converting between two non-decimal bases, it's exactly the kind of challenge that can make you sweat a little bit. But hey, don't worry, we've got a rock-solid strategy for this. Part 1. The foe approaches, and how we're going to avoid the decimal trap. Let's get into it. So before we strike, we really need to read the battlefield. Now, the immediate instinct for a lot of people is to fight this using standard base 10 math. Convert the octal number into decimal first and then into hex. But honestly, I've got to warn you, that is a super dangerous and just exhausting path to take. I mean, look at this. Look at that chaotic, glitchy red barrier of the decimal path on the left. To do it that way, you're calculating 7 times 8 to the 0, plus 1 times 8 to the 1, and so on. It is tedious, it takes forever, and honestly, it just leaves way too much room for silly calculation errors. Instead, look over to the right. We're going to take that elegant, glowing blue path. We're completely bypassing decimal using what I like to call the binary bridge. We go from octal to binary and then straight to hexadecimal. Which brings us to section 2, the mystic transformation, crossing that binary bridge. All right, time to initiate our first major power-up sequence. Channel your focus here because transforming our base 8 number into pure binary energy is absolutely crucial to beating this problem easily. And the whole trick rests on mastering one core foundational rule, the 3-bit rule. To safely cross this bridge, literally all we have to do is take every single digit of our octal number and expand it out using exactly 3 binary bits. Since the absolute maximum value of a single octal digit is 7, 3 bits is the perfect amount of space to capture its value. Make sense? Watch how incredibly satisfying this transformation is when we actually apply the rule to our number, 1217. Just look at the equation aligning perfectly in this glowing array. Our first number, 1, transforms right into 001. The number 2 becomes 010. The next one is, again, 001. And finally, that 7, it completely maxes out the 3 bits as 111. It's just mathematically beautiful, shifting so seamlessly into pure binary truth. And by putting those conversions side by side, just look at what we forged here. We now hold this continuous, unbroken stream of binary energy. 001010011111. This pulsing blue sequence represents the exact same value as our original octal number. But now it's in a totally malleable form. We are officially halfway across the bridge. Moving right along to section 3, the final strike, grouping up that hexadecimal power. Okay, so we have the raw energy. Now it is time to organize it into a concentrated form that can actually break through the hex barrier. Get ready for the final strike. To pull this off, we just follow 3 critical steps. Step 1, which we just nailed, is combining our binary into a single string. Step 2, and this is our secret weapon for hexadecimal, we have to group these bits into sets of 4. But, and this is super important, you must start from the right side. Always the right. And finally, step 3 is just converting those new 4-bit groups directly into their hex equivalents. Watch how this builds our final answer. Just check out the dramatic lighting on these groupings. So, starting from the right, our first group of 4 bits is 1111. Moving left, our second group is 1000, and our final group on the far left is 0010. Now watch them crystallize into their hex counterparts. 0010 instantly locks in as a 2. 1000 becomes an 8. And that 1111, the absolute maximum 4-bit value, it transforms into the powerful hexadecimal letter F. Part 4. Victory. Let's look at that triumphant final solution. The tension finally breaks. The dust on the battlefield completely clears. We totally bypass that grueling decimal trap, and the ultimate undeniable truth reveals itself. And there it is, resting right there in a floating green orb of victory, 28F. By using the binary bridge, converting to 3-bit octal groups, and then just regrouping them into 4-bit hexadecimal blocks, we got to the solution effortlessly. 1217 base 8 is exactly equivalent to 28F base 16.
Our student protagonist has gone from super anxious to absolutely triumphant, armed with a method that seriously makes these conversions painless.
So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a thought to chew on. What other complex base conversions can the binary bridge conquer? I mean, if base 8 and base 16 yield so easily to this kind of binary manipulation, how might this change your whole strategy for future academic battles? Think about it. Keep practicing, keep analyzing those underlying structures, and for sure, stay curious. Until next time, keep your focus sharp.